Well, this is just a mechanical analogy of how an electron behaves once it's absorbed the energy from the sun. So as you well know that the photons that come from the sun, okay, the energy packed waves are absorbed by the chlorophyll in the plant. Okay, and that chlorophyll, that plant, that photosystem 2 breaks water apart into hydrogen and oxygen, and it strips the electrons from the water molecule. And that electron absorbs the photon from the sun. Okay, and once it does that, that electron is then thrown into an excited state. It's thrown into an excited state. Okay, and in this excited state, it is unstable. Okay, so this electron is packing all this energy from the photon, and what it does is that it goes next into the ETC, okay, the electron transport chain. Okay, in the electron transport chain, as it goes down the line, it loses bits of its energy into ATP molecules. Okay, and in the process of doing that, it also pushes in hydrogen ions into the thylakoid space, if you'll remember. So this electron loses energy step by step from the ETC, landing into photosystem number 1, where it is then again hit by another wavelength of light, a photon. And just like in photosystem 2, that electron absorbs that energy and it is excited and jumped into another excited state. Okay? So now that this electron is once again re-energized, excited and unstable, if you remember, the last electron acceptor protein in the ETC is ferredoxin. Okay? And from ferredoxin, it requires 2 electrons. So you basically have another water molecule in the beginning of the photosystem 2 that is stripped from its electron, and then again it goes through the ETC and then back into photosystem 2 or photosystem 1, and then you have a second electron. So once you have 2 excited electrons, these electrons are taken up by NADP and combined with NADP and then the H. Okay? So now this NADPH molecule contains these excited electrons, and all the energy is stored now in this molecule. Okay? So in combination with NADPH, which is now very unstable, and ATP, which as you also know is unstable, adenosine triphosphate, these 2 molecules are then taken into the Calvin cycle and taken into the Calvin cycle to produce sugars or glucose. Okay, so again, this is just a quick overview of what happens to the electrons when they absorb the energy from the sun.